Hello and a good day to you. So if you're wondering where I am, I'm at Woodlands Health Campus right now. Just got out of surgery. I'll tell you more in a bit. First, I need to get home and get comfy. Now that we're at the comfort of home, I can tell you the full story. The short version of it is I got a circumcision at the age of 35. The long story of it is that I suffered from phimosis, which is the tightening or inability of the foreskin to retract. And that condition is caused by something called BXO for my case. Balanitis xerotica obliterans. And you start forming these white, scaly and non-elastic bits around your foreskin. And that causes the foreskin to be unable to stretch and therefore stops you from retracting your foreskin. It tears very easily because it's not stretchy, right? So it causes all these micro lesions that hurt quite a bit even after you're done, which is when you're taking a shower or when you're peeing, it burns a lot. And I endured it for a while until eventually I'm like, okay I cannot take it anymore. Let's go see a doctor, see what I can do about it. Went for my consultation and booked an operation slot the very next Friday, which is very fast actually if you think about it. They actually had a slot for that week's Friday, but I thought it was a little bit too soon, so I decided to push it 1 week back. 2.5 hours later, they started wheeling me in. 3 breaths later, I was knocked out cold. Woke up, I'm already wheeled out. The rest is pretty okay. It looked quite scary at first because everything's swollen, everything's kind of black and bloody. But they reassured me that everything's okay. And it felt numb. And that was it. It was a day surgery. Everything's done. I put back on my underwear. Took a grab home, reached home, rested a little bit, took off my pants. My underwear was stained with some blood, but that's fine. Anyways, this is actually day 2 post-operation. So I've already set off some sort of a routine with walking around the house. I do know that for most people who have had circumcisions, they would have to walk around with like a towel or a sarong. But in my case, I'm very thankful that we've already installed day curtains here. And they pretty much block out all visibility from the outside, so I could just walk around bottomless throughout the whole day. I do bring along a towel to put down where I sit, but on the rare occasion I forget to take it with me, my cat would sit on it, so I had to flip it over, fold it so that I don't end up sitting on the fur, because fur gets everywhere, right? Anyways, back to the recovery. It's day 2 already, and the swelling has gone down quite a fair bit. Originally, when I looked at it, it sort of looked like, you know, the neck of a hippo, both the color and the shape. The trickiest bit here is keeping things dry, because after every trip to the toilet or the shower, you have to pat dry and make sure it stays dry so that you reduce the risk of infections and stuff. One thing interesting is that I don't know, is it a medical advancement or whatsoever it is. I know most of you who've already done it, you will wheel out with this white plastic ring around it, and then you're supposed to wait until it drops off on its own. In my case, there's no white plastic ring. Apparently what they did is they apply like this layer of surgical glue that stays on, and I read it stays on for about 10 days before it starts peeling off on its own. No white ring around it. It feels very exposed, but if it works, right? And doesn't look as weird. I'm very, very proud to announce that now I got pants on! Of course, I think still gotta be a little bit careful with movement, so I'm moving a little bit more careful, trying not to get things like rubbing against each other and all that kind of stuff. But I'm super happy that at least I don't have to keep the curtains closed, because honestly it cuts out quite a fair bit of light and makes the house a little bit darker than it used to be. So what I'm going to do now is in a few minutes time, maybe I'll drop my mum a call, because I've actually not told her about this thing yet, because I'm worried that she might just run down when I'm not ready to put on pants, you know. 妈咪啊，我有东西要跟你讲啊。我这1-2个礼拜没有办法过来，因为我刚刚开刀。
你又开刀？你这什么开刀？哎呦，你们这很抽象的嘞，那个。
OK 啦，我已经2-3天了，我是不要直接跟你讲，怕你过来嘛。 我
现在在家了，
在家休息咯，已经休息3-4天了。
要做东西的嘞，不可以起来乱走动做东西的嘞，很好了啦。
还要多休息一点啦，因为他那个伤口还没有完全粘回去嘛。
不要乱走动啦。
对咯对咯。
好好休息就好了啦。
对啊对啊，我好了，我再过来看看你啦。
不用，你顾你自己就好。
OK， 拜拜。
拜拜。
Okay lah, that went better than expected, I guess. So it's officially day 11 of my post-surgery recovery, and we're getting very close to that 2-week stay-home period. Although to be frank, I kind of cheated and went out a little bit to get some fresh air. But very glad to report that the toughest days of the recovery are over. What separates the difficulty for an adult man and a young child for circumcision is one thing: erection. I mean, sure, you can try to avoid getting erections throughout the day, but there is one time where you have zero control, and that's in the morning. So almost every morning for the first week, I've been waking up in pain for at least like 10 seconds before the thing goes away. Finally, I think on day 10 or day 9, woke up, erection, morning wood, no pain, but with a slight caveat, because there's a lot of like dead blood and clots and stuff and scabs, right? It's slowly dislodging all of them, so it looked kind of bloody at first, but glad to see that it's not like actual new bleeding, but more of just old blood getting removed. We're recovering very well. In fact, I can wear pants now and walk around quite comfortably, so I'm glad for that. Hello and a very good day to you. Why is it such a good day? Because we have just completed 14 days of stay-home recovery, and I'm very glad to report that I'm pretty much all recovered already, except for a little bit of tenderness here and there. Most of the scabs have gone off, the glue has mostly gone off except for little bit pieces here and there, but otherwise I think I'm as good as new. I think I still got another week or two of no strenuous activity to go through, but otherwise good to go out, good to have a walk. In fact, yesterday, to celebrate the end of the 14 days, we actually went down to Woodleigh Mall, me and my wife, to have a little bit of a Korean barbecue celebration dinner. And later tonight, we'll be heading down to Shuang Lin Monastery because they have their annual Mid-Autumn Festival celebrations. But before we get to that, I want to highlight something very important, which is why I'm making this video. I feel that men in general seems to have this reluctance when talking about issues surrounding their manhood. And I'm not even talking about serious stuff like testicular cancer. Even something simple like what I experienced, Phimosis, BXO, needs to be more openly shared with, because had I detected it earlier, I went to the doctor earlier, this could have been controlled or even dealt with a simple steroid cream. Perhaps I might still need to go for a circumcision because, you know, my foreskin was kind of long. But again, it is this kind of shared knowledge that could have allowed other men to make better informed decisions before they get out of control. Hopefully, other men out there can see this video and know more about what's going on in their bodies. And hopefully, if there are other adult males that have to go through circumcision, know what is in store and the stages of recovery that they'll be going through. And I can say for a fact that my recovery was smooth sailing. In fact, 1 week in, I was pretty sure that nothing's gonna happen. No inflammations, no pain, no complications. And that is thanks to the wonderful care of my wife. Anyways, if you have any questions about circumcision, phimosis, or my experience in general, leave them in the comment section below and I'll answer them when I can. If it's good enough, I might even consider doing a Q&A video. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. If you want to watch more videos from me, consider subscribing to the channel. You might also be interested in videos here and here. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.